No, you're not seeing double. This video is recorded a day after my previous one. But I woke up at like 1:30 this morning and I was just really hot. I couldn't sleep. It was just like a million degrees in my room. So I sat there for a minute and then I watched uh, some movie on AMC. Oh, the Air Jordan movie. That's a great movie, by the way. I figured, what the heck? I'll get up and I'll record a video early in the morning, and we're gonna make the one that I've been wanting to make for a couple days now. The one on Adam 22 announcing that No Jumper is going broke. Now, if you're like me, you probably think that Adam 22 is a colossal piece of shit who has this coming, and well, quite frankly, I am very pleased. I mean, and not to sound shitty, but like this guy is just kind of sus, right? He had the crypto rug pull. He just doesn't seem like a good person. Um, and honestly, growing up, when I started to get active on the internet, 2014, 2013, I was a freshman in high school. Um, No Jumper seemed to be, coming up on the internet. And the clips they would post, the things they would talk about, it was very appealing, as far as internet culture went. Um, it was more than anything I had ever seen before, with them fighting on stream or fighting with each other or just the topics or subjects they talk about. They talk about, you know, up and coming rappers. They'd interview up and coming rappers. So it was always interesting to see, and they earned a follow and a sub from me. Now, since then, he's had his controversies. Obviously, the whole thing with his wife and him and that whole deal, and now going broke. So today, I figured we'd watch the going broke video that they have on their channel, and we'll react to it. I want to kind of keep this short and sweet because this has been out for I think 2 days now. I'm late to the party. I had videos, like I said before, I had videos recorded, and I guess allegedly they got taken down for copyright, which stinks. But without further ado, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to this one here right now. So yeah, M22, No Jumper's going broke. Here's his explanation.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis. How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were...
All right, I get that, right? That's you see a lot of growth. You invest in that growth. That growth always doesn't turn out how you think it's going to turn out. So I do feel bad for him kind of in this aspect of it, because that was his business. He was, experiencing growth on a business, which I think anybody who has a business wants to see. We all want to see growth, right? And only to have your numbers, not kind of obviously not play out how you thought they'd play out.
We were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree, fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a decreased interest in seeing us interview stars. In addition to that,
All right. I forgot to put my webcam back on, so we're just gonna do that right now. But you heard it. For me, that's a sus thing. I mean, I would never subscribe to watch any of that. I mean, even with the so-called stars. I mean, that's just kind of a weird thing. That's a weird thing. Like I get that his significant other is in the industry. But like to me, No Jumper was always like a hip hop streetwear. It was like a street like urban lifestyle type thing, right? It was like Zoomies podcast. That's what it reminds me of. Zoomies podcast, pretty much.
You might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well. All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months, where we experienced 2 major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially
big crazy. That's a big L to take. I know. These types of things, the social media accounts, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the whatnot, are huge revenue generators for these companies and these businesses that rely on the internet to bring in views and bring in money. Obviously, Instagram with their reels or shorts or whatever the heck it's called on there, they probably pulled some pretty insane numbers off of that. So yeah, I can see definitely why they took a hit after their Insta got taken down.
No strikes on our account. We got taken down one day, and we still have absolutely no idea why. We've had no luck getting it back, despite being in contact with what seems like every Instagram recovery guy on the face of the planet. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account, and that mostly vanished overnight. And while we've been growing the new No Jumper LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram and the No Jumper LA account, DM or email if interested, we aren't making anywhere near as much from Instagram now. Side note, if you're a Meta rep, please DM me. I would love to speak to anyone who could help with this. And second, in addition to that, we have been hit.
Yeah, I get it. I know they could be finicky, and I do wish I'll side with him on this. I really wish that when they do take like pages down like that, they'd send you an email or have a little more clarity on like, hey, why is this getting taken down? Because like he said, he just woke up and it was gone, right? So like I'm sure if they would have said, hey, this is we're thinking about taking your account down. We're gonna take action against you. You're gonna lose this revenue and this money that's generated. I mean, money talks, right? You take it away, people will most likely change. You'll do anything for money nowadays. Do anything for money. But yeah, to take it down without any, again, alleged strikes on the account, that's kind of poor. They could have did better. Do better, Meta. Do better.
With a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion. It's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result. This person has literally lost every single friend that he used to have when he worked at No Jumper. His streaming career has completely tanked, and he even got kicked off the podcast that he left No Jumper to start. But somehow, that's our reality, and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit. So as a result of all these circumstances, we are making some changes. Over the last few months, we laid off multiple employees in an attempt to reduce our expenses as much as possible. We closed down our store on Melrose, and we're in the early stages of selling our current warehouse and moving into a smaller space. To be honest, aside from the layoffs, which sucked, I'm pretty happy about a lot of these changes. I've realized that I should have paid more attention to DJ Vlad and kept my overhead as low as possible, particularly in terms of staff and location. I'm confident that once we get the building sold, we'll be in a pretty solid financial position again as a business.
No, I can see where they're coming from. They want the building, right? They want the look. Everybody, you got to have the look, right? I have in front of me here a whole ass streaming setup, complete with a computer, complete with all this other bullshit that I spent money on. And I'm probably going to pull like 20 views on this video, right? That makes them happy, right? It gives you a sense of like, you can do it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that's what they did when they saw their views were up. Like, we'll invest, right? We'll get a nice building in downtown, wherever, it's proper, it's professional. We can have these guests on. You never know what the future holds. You know what I mean? He seems pretty genuine here. It's hard to feel any sympathy though when he did rug pull his audience with a crypto scam. So I mean, I always just keep that in the back of my mind, right? Like he did rug. He has rugged. He's on the record to rug.
Oh, and I also just want to note that I am talking about No Jumper as a business. I've got another business in the form of Plug Talk, and I've got a pretty decent investment portfolio on a personal level. I mean, shit, I'm not $2 million in debt, and I never had to file for bankruptcy like T-Rel. But I honestly spend pretty much all of my time trying to create as much content as possible with No Jumper, and I can't really justify doing so unless the fundamentals of the business make sense. It was a big decision to share this stuff with you guys, but at a certain point I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years.
Except
and it
the
felt wrong to
fact
keep
that
all
you
this stuff that we've been dealing
deny
with in
rug
secret.
pulling.
So I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help?
Here it comes, here
I
it
do have
comes,
some
here it comes,
ideas,
here it
which I'll
comes, here it
sort
comes.
into 3 categories.
I did hear about now he's trying to get a cash grab, and this is you're gonna come on here saying that you're broke, saying that you're downsizing, saying that you're not pulling what you used to pull, right? You're not. The last thing you should be doing is asking people for money or to subscribe or to whatever. So if he, man, now is not the time to try to make a buck. I mean, it is, but you got to grind, brother. You can't be asking people for donos.
Here, free, cheap, and generous.
Free. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm infinitely thankful to anyone who watches our content at all, follows us on the @NoJumperLA Instagram, and in particular, those of you who drop likes and comments on our videos. And
Instagram must pay really good.
In the long run, that stuff is super
Instagram has got to
helpful.
pay really good.
We are really trying to get serious about embracing our members here on YouTube. For $5 a month, we've got a ton of awesome benefits, including being able to watch all of our interviews free of censorship and bleeped words before they're released to the public. Members only chat for all of our live stream content, and we're just going to be prioritizing a lot of our most requested content and trying to do that live for members only. So for any of you who are down to spend $5 a month to help support the business, we're just going to try to keep adding more and more stuff
$5
to
a
make
month,
that
brother.
an easy decision for you guys who are down to support. And for those of you who have more money to spend, we're introducing a mega premium $100 tier to our memberships that will get your name added to the end of all our videos, and it will also get you consistent advice and opinions on your music submissions with 1 free submission per month and discounted additional songs. Basically, we're just trying to do as much as possible for anybody who's down to join this.
Sheesh. You see all this right here, all the music and the whatnot? I'll do that for free, dog. You want opinions on your music, you just comment it to me, dude. I'll pick one out of the comments. I'll do it for free. I mean, you don't pay this clown to do it. I'll do it for free, right? Let him. Don't pay him to do it. I'll do it for free. Free, Free. Maybe you won't get a lot of views, but you'll still get it done for free.
Tiers, so we're gonna hype you up on our live streams and try to really give you actual professional advice about what we think that you should do with your career and everything like that. And we're gonna try to add even more value for that $100 tier as time goes by.
This for me is just
also,
covering trying to make an easy buck.
If you brand and would like to sponsor the podcast, please reach out to Josh at NoJumper.com. We're also selling collab promotional posts using the No Jumper LA and Adam22 Instagram accounts. So again, if you want to hit up Josh at
Man, I don't know. I didn't think he was gonna say any of this. I thought he was just mainly gonna just kind of explain the situation and go from there. I mean, obviously, yes, he's got to promote. He's probably really desperate, but yeah, I mean, damn, going for a promo on his personal page is crazy.
NoJumper.com. He can give you all the information about all that. So yeah, there's my update. I've been kind of thinking about telling you guys about all this stuff for a while. I'm not begging for sympathy or anything like that. I'm just being realistic.
You just asked for money, brother.
Media business in this day and age. Everybody knows rap is maybe not in the best place that it could possibly be. Podcasts, definitely not at the place that they were in 2021 or 2022. The economy in general really kind of experiencing some troubles, and really as we've put this building on the market, we've kind of realize that as well, is that there's a ton of other businesses that do similar stuff to what we do, and they're all kind of experiencing hardships. So we're definitely not alone in all this. We're just trying to get the business back to where it was at a couple years ago and get it to the point where it's consistently profitable so that we can start just continuing to dump money into hosts and making great content for you guys, everything like that. So if you want to help us out, that would be amazing. Just go to youtube.com/nojumper. The membership option is right there on the homepage, or we'll have a link down in the description. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Smack a like. We're out.
Well, good for him. Good for him. He's got to be a big man, obviously to come forward and release that to all your, millions of followers and subs that you still have. Obviously wish the best. I mean, you'd hate to see, like a legacy, I don't even know, account like that, I guess. Because I always fall back to like seeing it on Twitter. That was the only place I ever saw it back in the day. No Jumper, that is. Hate to see it fail, hate to see it fall, but what are you going to do? I mean, things don't last forever. Obviously, they had a run, in the 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, those years. Now it's just, the internet's not the same. The internet's changed. The music's changed, the culture's changed, and the people have changed. The people that maybe were into it grew up and got out of it, and the people that are upcoming just aren't interested in it. It's all short form, TikTok, brain rot, stuff like that. I just wanted to talk about this, though. Video got kind of longer than I thought it would be. My alarm clock's going off right now. Obviously, early bird gets to worm. I'm up before it's off. So, but yeah, Saturday, guys, if you're going out tonight, as always, be careful. Don't drink and drive. That's about it. See ya.